Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to yet another video. On today's video we're going to be answering the question, does the cover means the book is really good? And to answer that question, I'm gonna attempt to find a book with an extremely similar cover to a book that I have previously read and loved, and we're gonna read the new book and see if just because it has a very similar cover, does it mean it's excellent? As you can see, I'm right here in front of my bookshelves, and now I'm gonna select a few books and show you very quickly books that I loved, 4 and 5 stars, all of them, and then we're gonna go online on the Waterstones website, Amazon, Book Depository, all those bookish websites, Goodreads, I don't know, and I'm gonna attempt to find a cover that is very similar to one of them. And before I forget to mention, this idea was inspired by Kayla from Books and Lala. She did a video exactly like this where she tried reading books that had very similar covers to things that she loved. I'm gonna leave her link down below in the description for you to go check out the OG video. Now let's get started. I moved my camera around and I put in this cube here not all, but a bunch of my favorite books. So let's see if we can find any common elements. So we have a cover that is like split in half between two colors. We have text. We have, what is this? Just general drawings, mountains and one tone mainly. Drawings, illustrations. Yeah, I think these ones go together. They are illustrations, but not like of people, just general illustrations, I guess. Faces, chunky letters, illustrations. What is even this at the back? Paper and letterings, horrible covers, flowers, dark covers, one color mainly. Flowers, I had flowers somewhere. Flowers, illustration, dark covers. What is this? Just letters, basically. Simple letters. Well, this one is obviously just letters, but I think this one has a different style. I'm gonna group this one on the dark covers and serious vibes, that's dark covers. I think we have material. Let's get searching.
Much later.
I spent over an hour looking online and looking for covers, and initially I was trying to find covers similar to the ones that I showed you. However, some other covers started showing up and they were reminding me of some other covers, so I also included them here. So then I went and I did a little montage, like a picture for each group of covers in order to be easier to organize. So now let's go have a look and let's start narrowing it down until we have one book to read in this video. Alright, so this is the first option. Both of these have like the same color of background as the original one, but none of them is very similar. I mean, this second one, Perfect Happiness, was just because it had flowers, but it's not even the same kind of flower, so a bit pointless. And then the other one has clearly a very similar title and it has some flowers around. I think we can do better, but let's keep it for now. This other one, I didn't even realize that these two books are from the same author until I was reviewing the pictures, but I chose them because they obviously have the titles like handwritten in pieces of paper. The second one, not as much. I think the first one is more similar to it. It also has a more similar background color. Again, not perfect, but let's keep it for now. These ones are a bit far-fetched. I got both of them because they are obviously split in half, but the original cover is illustrated and neither of them are, so let's go ahead and delete these ones. The second book is obviously by the same author, so it does have the same style, the same font for the title, and the same kind of flowers. However, I don't even think that book is out in the UK yet. The second one, I actually think it's very similar. It has exactly the same kind of blue, and it has flowers, and that's basically it, but it's very similar, so let's keep this one for now. I was very excited to find the pairing for this book, The Unhoneymooners, because I really liked it and I was curious to see if the kind of books that have the same cover would be similar to it. This one, I think that in a way, it ends up being very similar to the original one. I mean, this one has the title all in red and like line by line, and this one has the same thing, but I also think that these dashes of red paint just ties it together to the first one, and also it's obviously black and white, and so are these people in here. All right. These ones, I'm really excited about this. However, I don't know if this would be cheating because I did read this book and I loved it, but I don't own it. Do I need to own the book for this challenge? But can we just take a moment to see how similar these two covers are? This one, okay, this is very far-fetched and we're going to be eliminating this, but let me walk you through my thought process. The first one is obviously because it has like the couple in the back like fading into the background, and that's pretty much it. The other one is obviously the colors and nothing else. I wanted to find something similar to this cover because the cover is horrible, but also it's one of my favorite books. The Great Alone, the similarities are obviously the color red. This picture is a bit faded, the book in real life is a bit more red. And there's also like a hill thing, mountains, and there's something there at the background. Fair, but I'm gonna delete it because I don't think it's that similar. This one, obviously the colors, even the colors of the font, gold on dark blue. Obviously, yes, I know this is the Eiffel Tower and this is a lighthouse. I know it's not the same thing, but it's like the same concept, right? And this one has like drops of water on the glass, and this one has stars instead. Still very similar, I think. Let's keep it. The flat share, I have this edition here, but I also put the UK paperback edition here because I think that's the one that reminds me of this other one that I chose the most. To me, it looks like the same kind of style. I don't know how to explain. It doesn't really have any elements in common. Like this one has a bed and this one is a watering thing. So I'm gonna be deleting this because it's not that similar. But you can see the similarities, right? Okay, but let's delete it. This one, very obvious, the silhouette of the girl with things going on inside. Now, look at this, guys. What Lies Between Us, an amazing thriller by John Marrs. It has windows, but not only because there's a bunch of books that have windows in their covers, especially thrillers, obviously, but this one has people in the windows, like the silhouette. And so do these other two books. That I never heard of them. There's people in their windows. Oh my god, how am I supposed to choose this? I'm gonna go off camera and choose this. It's gonna take me forever to make this decision and I don't want to bore you. So I'm gonna think, I'm gonna look and look and look. I might ask Natasha what she thinks, and then I'm gonna come back and tell you which one I decided to go with.
2,000 years later.
Hello, it's a bunch of days later and I realized that I ended up never telling you which book I was using and what was the cover that was similar to that book. But I decided to go with this one from the ones that I love, What Lies in Between Us by John Marrs, and the similar cover that I chose for this one is Through the Wall by Caroline Corcoran. That's the book I'm going to be reading for this vlog. And the idea, or at least I'm assuming that's the idea, is finding out if a similar cover also means a similar story and a similar content. They are both thrillers, so they have that going for them. This one is about two people. One is being held captive by the other one. I'm not going to tell you how they relate or anything because I don't want to spoil this book. It's one of my all-time favorite books, one of my favorite books from 2020. It's amazing. You must read it if you like thrillers. This one, I actually don't know what it's about. I didn't read the synopsis and I don't intend on doing so. I just read what says here on the cover. Lexi's got the perfect life and someone else wants it. It sounds intriguing and I'm gonna start reading it right now. I have some things to do around the house, so I'm gonna put my headphones in and start listening to the audiobook, and I'll update you later on when I know what's happening in the story and with my thoughts and all that. So I'll see you in a couple of hours. Hello everybody, it's a few days later and I'm here to finally give you an update on Through the Wall by Caroline Corcoran. I'm halfway through the book. Look at me going, and this is very interesting. It's a very interesting thriller. Is it similar to What Lies Between Us by John Marrs? Absolutely not. But it's still similar in the way that this is also a very original concept in a thriller, and so is the other book. In this one, we are following two ladies in their late 20s, early 30s. They are neighbors. They literally live in a flat building, but like literally next to each other, so they share a wall. And this book is narrated by both their POVs in alternating chapters, so we get the perspective of both of them. And so we get not only to follow each of their lives, but also their understanding of the other's life, and how they are so jealous about the other one's life, and how everything is so easy for them and everything goes well and everything is so great. But in reality, when we change to the other chapter, we realize it's not like that. And they both have problems, they both have things they need to deal with, just like everyone else on the planet, really. But it's funny, and it's a very real critique to the real world on how we always think the other person is better and their lives is better, and the things the other person lives are better and superior than what we live, and we always think that the other person's problems are much smaller than our own, and everything basically for the other people is easier. Am I right? And so it's a really good critique to society in that way, because it's real. We always think our neighbors in general, just the other people, everyone's better than us. And in here, it's very easy to see that it's not like that. So we are following both of them. I always get a bit confused on who is who, but I like the fact that there are not a lot of characters in here. Yeah, one of them is Lexi, and she lives with her boyfriend, Tom, and they are trying to have a baby, but they are having infertility problems. And then the other one, it doesn't say here at the back. The other one is Harriet, and she's been in a mental hospital for a while. We are not sure why yet, hasn't been revealed. We know she did something terrible, and she's always saying, I never thought I would be able to do something so horrible like I did, but I'm proud that I did it. I don't know if she killed somebody, what it was, but she was actually American, and then she moved from California, I think that's where she was from, to the UK with this boyfriend that was horrible. He always treated her wrong, and he was so manipulative and didn't really care about her, but she was head over heels for him, and she moved to the UK because of him. He was British. But he never treated her well, not before they moved, not after. And to be honest, I'm not sure if that boyfriend is Tom, the one that lives with Lexi, or if Tom is just somebody who reminds her of the ex-boyfriend. So yeah, she has some history with that. She has a bad relationship with her parents because her parents always said, that's not the guy for you. And she was like, why you hate him? You have no reason to hate him, blah, blah, blah. The usual. She is a bit weird. Like I said, we still don't know what she did in the past, but in the present day, she goes into Lexi's and Tom's flat, takes things from there, and leaves things to make Lexi think Tom is cheating on her. Ooh, messed up. But it's interesting, and I'm curious to find out the whole thing, what she did in the past and all that, and so I'll update you when I have some more to tell you. Today is the day that I'm going to finally finish reading Through the Wall for the book that is related to the cover of What Lies Between Us. It's been a few days. Last night I got a good progress done. I listened to the audiobook for like an hour in bed while I was playing silly games on my phone before sleeping, and I only have 40 minutes left on the audiobook. So I'm gonna sit here with the headphones and do some coloring, get some more listening done, and then go have dinner that is currently in the oven, and then keep reading, and we're gonna finish it. And yes, I look terrible today. Do you ever have those days where just don't look good? Some days we wake up and we are amazing and incredible and we look so good, and other days... I finished the book, and I don't know, I think I'm gonna give it a 3 stars. It was interesting, but it was not that interesting. I think there was a lot of build-up throughout the whole book in finding out what she did in the past. It gave us a lot of building up, but not a lot of delivery. The ending was intense, but not that spectacular. There was this kidnapping scene, but it got solved super quickly. So yeah, and also the chapters go alternating between the two characters, the two females. And even now, I'm not sure who was who. Every time a chapter started, one of them was Harriet and the other one was Lexi. And I never knew which one was the pregnant one and which one was the crazy one. It's not like one of those books that has so many characters that you get confused. It's more, I don't even know how to explain. It's like, it's hard to follow. It's just written in a confusing way. I don't know. It wasn't terrible, so I'm giving it a 3 star. Doesn't change anything in my life. It's nothing spectacular. I wouldn't particularly recommend it to anyone. I think there's so much better books out there. It wasn't bad, it didn't do anything wrong, and it was entertaining, so I think it's the definition of a 3 star. It doesn't have anything to do with the What Lies in Between Us, which is the book that has a cover similar to it. The story has nothing to do with it. and the other one is just so much superior, and it's one of my favorite books, so do yourself a favor and go read that one instead. This is gonna be it for this vlog, and tomorrow there's gonna be more videos here on our February Madness. Don't forget to go check out Natasha's channel and find out what was the book that she read similar to another book that she has, and what she thought of it, and if the stories were similar in hers or not. I hope you are enjoying all these videos during the month of February. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, support my Patreon if you feel like doing so, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!